Hey guys, it's AndrewJohn100 here, and welcome back to another video. The FNaF 2 movie. Oh boy, this was certainly a sequel. And not for the right reasons. There are a lot of things wrong with this movie, from its writing that gets more bizarre as it goes along, to the characterizations of some characters, the lack of screen time with most of the toys, and especially the Wizards. The list goes on. It's a shame really, because this could have been a step up from the first movie, which was already an extremely average movie from the get-go, but this sequel only doubled down and I was extremely disappointed. I don't have high hopes for the third movie, but if by miracle it's better than the first two movies, I will be surprised. For today's video, I'm going to be ranking down the animatronic voices from this movie from worst to best. Unlike the first movie, the animatronics actually have dialogue. The toy animatronics at least, with the exception of Mangle. This fueled my interest more for the sequel since I wondered if they would keep the voices from the games or get new actors to play them, since that has happened in video game adaptations beforehand. None of the previous voice actors returned for this movie, and instead we got Kellen Goff as Toy Freddy, MatPat as Toy Bonnie, and the one that caught everybody including me off guard, Megan Fox as Toy Chica. With that being said, let's get the rankings started. Coming in last is Toy Freddy.
I do, but first, I have to go pull the heads off some very bad people.
It actually astounds me that a voice done by Kellen Goff is at the bottom of a FNaF voice ranking. As previously stated, video game characters getting different voices for adaptations isn't an uncommon thing. We saw that with Mario and Sonic for their respective films, but I'm only okay with it if the new voice still fits the character, which is not the case with movie Toy Freddy. I totally get what Scott was going for with this voice, but with Toy Freddy's design and the super kid-friendly nature behind the toys, this just does not fit it at all. Not only is this just a deeper version of Glam Rock Freddy, but it also sounds so out of place when compared to Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie's voices, both of which sound very friendly and approachable. If you ask me, this sounds like a voice Withered Freddy would have. I wouldn't have cared so much if it was given to him. You could argue that the reason behind Toy Freddy sounding so intimidating is because of Charlie controlling him, but that doesn't work when you factor in how the other animatronics sound. Now, sure, the original voice for Toy Freddy sounded very goofy and wasn't intimidating, but that voice still fit the general design for Toy Freddy and sounded like a mascot you find at a family establishment. So even if movie Toy Freddy kept this sort of voice, it wouldn't have sounded scary, but it would have still fit within the context of the character. I think they could have still kept the UCM voice, but do it in a more ominous, monotone tone. Or better yet, just don't have him talk at all in a scene where he's meant to be creepy. With all that said, Kellen's performance is not bad by any means. As a matter of fact, it's actually great if you ignore the fact this is a voice meant for Toy Freddy. It was just poor direction on Scott's part. Next up we have Toy Bonnie.
My name is Bonnie. Can we be friends, Debbie? I'm gonna go see if your mom will let us stay up late.
Before the movie came out, I didn't know what to expect here. I didn't know if MatPat would be playing himself or if he would attempt to give a unique voice for the character. But after the film came out, I actually really liked his take on Toy Bonnie. The voice is high-pitched, though not in a way that it gets under my skin. It's a good balance, I would say, and it doesn't lead too much into sounding like a chipmunk, unlike his voice from Special Delivery, which sounded way too high-pitched and didn't sound like a voice Toy Bonnie would have in my eyes. Some might complain that he sounds too girlish, but considering the Toy Bonnie's design and what the toy animatronics were intended to be, I think this voice makes sense in that regard. Overall, for as many problems as I have with this movie, I will give it this for giving us a much better sounding Toy Bonnie voice than whatever Lumix was trying to do with Toy Bonnie for their game. Last voice on the list is Toy Chica.
Abby, you've come back to us. There's nothing to be sorry about. I just want to see what's going on inside of his head.
Upon hearing that Megan Fox will be playing Toy Chica, I was baffled as hell by it. I have nothing against Megan Fox as an actress. In fact, I actually liked her in the first two Transformers movies. It was just, out of all the actresses to play Toy Chica, why her? However, once the film came out and I heard it for the first time, I understood why they chose her. Megan Fox's voice definitely suits the design for Toy Chica, and unlike Amber Lee Connor's, which makes Toy Chica sound more flirtatious, Megan plays her with a more cheerful tone, though a bit of that flirtatious side is still present. It's a different take on the character, but for the right reasons. There isn't much else I can say about Toy Chica's voice other than it's really good. I was hesitant about the casting choice, but in the end, it fit the character like a glove. With that said, that's going to conclude this ranking. I hope you've enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye!